So problem 4.5 on natural convection heat transfer. This problem is related to heat transfer rate from a plate where it is placed at different orientation. Okay. So problem goes like this. Consider a 0.6 by 0.6 meter thin square plate in room at 30 degrees Celsius. One side of the plate is maintained at a temperature of 74 degrees Celsius, while the other side is insulated. Determine the rate of heat transfer from the plate by natural convection if the plate is number 1 placed vertical, 2 horizontal with hot surface facing up, and number 3 horizontal with hot surface facing down. So what lies in this problem? There is a square shaped plate. One end is heated and another end is insulated. So heat transfer rate will take place from one side only. And if they are placed in different orientation like vertical, hot surface facing up and hot surface facing down, you are supposed to calculate heat transfer rate. So before solving this numerical, let us first draw the schematic to have a very clear idea. So as you can see in this problem, there is a square plate whose one of the end is hot surface at temperature Ts and another end is insulated. The end shown by the dotted line is insulated end. So in case 1, the square shaped plate, one end is heated, another end is insulated, is placed vertical. So you are supposed to calculate heat transfer rate. Let's say that it is Q1. In case 2, the same square plate is kept horizontal such that its hot surface is facing up and insulated face is in the downward direction. So from the hot surface, there will be heat transfer rate. Excuse me. Let's say this rate of heat transfer is Q2. And in third case, the square plate is again placed horizontal with hot surface facing down and insulated or cold surface facing upward. So there will be heat transfer rate from this. Let's say this heat transfer rate is Q3. Now in free convection, apart from so many factors, it is the orientation of the object which affects the heat transfer rate as well. So you will come to know by solving this problem, you will understand how the orientation is playing the role in free convection heat transfer. Okay, so this figure combinedly represent different orientation of square plate. After drawing the schematic, let us enlist the given things. So as you can see here, dimensions of the plates are given. It is a square plate. So its height and width are 0.6 meter each. Temperature of the environment into which the plate is exposed is 30 degrees Celsius, and the surface temperature of the heated side of the plate is 74 degrees Celsius, and another one end is insulated. So in given, H by W is 0.6 meter by 0.6 meter. Fluid temperature T infinity 30 degrees Celsius. surface temperature 74 degrees Celsius, and one more important information is given. One side is insulated and another side is heated. After drawing schematic, after enlisting given things, let us make some assumptions. So assumption number one dimensional steady state heat transfer. 2, constant properties of fluid, that is surrounding fluid, which happens to be air in this case. Assumption number 3, no heat transfer due to radiation. We are considering purely convective heat transfer rate from the plate surface to the environment. And assumption number 4, air is considered as an ideal gas. Excuse me. Step number 4, enlist what is to be found out. So we have to find out the rate of heat transfer in vertical position of the plate, horizontal position facing heated surface up, in horizontal position facing heated surface down. So Q1, Q2 and Q3 heat transfer rates are to be calculated. Step number 5, let us identify the reference temperature. So in case of free convection, unless otherwise mentioned, generally mean film temperature is taken as reference temperature. And mean film temperature is given as Tf is equal to Ts plus T infinity by 2. Ts is 74, T infinity is 30 by 2. So Tf or reference temperature comes out 52 degrees Celsius. In Kelvin, you can calculate it. Then comes step number 6, thermophysical properties. So at reference temperature, mean film temperature of 52 degrees Celsius for air, thermophysical properties can be obtained. Okay. For that, I have to refer heat transfer data book by C.P. Kothandaraman. And it is on page number 34. Okay. So I have to refer the heat transfer data book. Now once again, let me take the question asked by one of the student on Saturday class. When the atmospheric pressure is other than 1 atmospheric, how to calculate the thermophysical properties. So in our case, if you go through the problem, the plate is exposed to the room. So room is generally at atmospheric pressure. That means I could get the property of the surrounding fluid, that is air, from this table on page number 34. Okay. So please, every time you check what is the pressure given in the problem. If the pressure is other than atmospheric pressure, for example 2 atmosphere or 5 atmosphere or 10 bar or 6 bar, in that case you need to calculate density at that pressure from ideal gas equation P is equal to rho RT. So when pressure changes, all other thermophysical properties remain same except density. The density is to be calculated at the given pressure. Okay, so our reference temperature is 52 degrees Celsius. In this case, 52 will be lying in between these two ranges, isn't it? So from interpolation between 50 and 60 degrees Celsius for 52 degrees Celsius, I can find out the thermophysical properties of air. Okay, so I already have calculated these thermophysical properties. So you are also supposed to calculate thermophysical properties at 52 degrees Celsius between the temperature range 50 degrees Celsius and 60 degrees Celsius. And page number, please remember, it is 34. So on page number 34, for dry air, why I am taking dry air? Because plate is exposed to the room, that is, it is filled with air. And between 50 and 60 degrees Celsius, reference temperature 52 degrees Celsius is lying, so you can calculate thermophysical properties. So what I need to do? I need to do interpolation by interpolation. Okay. So how to do interpolation? Once again, I am writing the general formula. Thermophysical property at 50 degrees Celsius minus any thermophysical property at 50 degrees Celsius, because I am taking the 50 degrees Celsius as base temperature, divided by difference of temperature is equal to thermophysical property at upper value of temperature minus thermophysical property at lower temperature to the temperature difference. In this formula, X is any thermophysical property. Now you have to feed this formula into your calculator. Now how to feed? I tell you. In order to calculate unknown property at 52 degrees Celsius, you can set this formula in this fashion. Let's say I am taking X60 as B property, A, okay, and this will be, this difference will be 2 degrees Celsius, this difference will be 10 degrees Celsius, 10 divided by 2 will be 5. So on calculator, you can type this formula, okay, where A will be any thermophysical property at 50 degrees Celsius and B will be any thermophysical property at 60 degrees Celsius. Just go on calculating. You can calculate different thermophysical properties like rho, mu, nu, Cp, K and Prandtl number. So I could calculate all these thermophysical properties using the same formula on my calculator. And these thermophysical properties are rho as 1.086 kg per meter cube, nu is 18.15 into 10 to power minus 6 meter square per second. Thermal conductivity of air Kf 0.0284 watt per meter Kelvin. and Prandtl number is 0.6976. Okay. After this, after finding out the thermophysical properties, step number 7 is excuse me. Excuse me. Step number 7 is now to identify boundary condition. So in this case, clear-cut surface temperature of the plate is given. So boundary condition is constant wall temperature. Now this formula is going to save your time significantly. B minus A by 5. Let's say if I want to calculate density at 52 degrees Celsius, so A will be density at 50 degrees Celsius, B will be density at 60 degrees Celsius. After simplifying all these temperature differences divided by 5 will give you 1.086 kg per meter cube. Likewise, you can calculate other properties. Now, step number 8 is nature of flow. So, how do we calculate nature of flow in free convection? By calculating the value of Rayleigh number, which is the product of Grashof number into Prandtl number. So, RAL, Grashof number is given as G into beta into delta T into LCQ over nu square, and Prandtl number is Prandtl number. In above equation, G is 9.81 meter per second square, beta is coefficient of volumetric expansion, and it is given as 1 over mean film temperature in Kelvin. Mean film temperature is 52 degrees Celsius plus 273. So it comes out 1 over 325 Kelvin inverse. 1 upon Kelvin means Kelvin inverse. And delta T is temperature difference, positive temperature difference. Whichever is higher should be written first. 74 minus 30 is equal to 44. Okay. So after putting the value of all these things, and LC is characteristics length, which will be different for different orientation of the plate. So putting all these values, I can calculate Rayleigh number 9.81 into 1 over 325 into delta TS 44. LC, I don't know at this point of time. Nu is 18.15 into 10 to power minus 6 whole square, and Prandtl number is 0.06976. Isn't it? So let's say this entire equation is equation number 1. So up to the step number 8, we were following the general steps. Okay. Now the value of this LC will be varying whether the plate is kept vertical, horizontal with hot surface up, or horizontal with hot surface down. So Nusselt number and hence coefficient, average heat transfer coefficient will be different for different orientation. That we need to calculate case to case basis. Okay. So let us consider now case 1. That is actually step number 9 is to find out average Nusselt number and average heat transfer coefficient. So that step number 9 is to be calculated, is to be done step by step. So let us consider case 1. What is case 1? We are supposed to calculate Q1 for vertical plate. That is, this kind of plate is there. I am drawing its front view. Its height is h. It is insulated from one side and losing heat from other side at the rate Q1. Surface temperature is Ts, surrounding temperature is T infinity. Okay, and Ts is greater than T infinity. So in order to calculate heat transfer rate, we can apply Newton's law of cooling. So we will require value of average heat transfer coefficient. To calculate h bar value, we need to find out the Nusselt number expression, and to find out the Nusselt number expression, we must have the value of Rayleigh number or Grashof product of Grashof and Prandtl number. Okay, now in order to calculate from equation 1 the value of Rayleigh number for case 1, we must have the value of LC. So when any object is placed vertical and it is losing heat by free convection, under such condition, characteristics length will be equal to its height for vertical surface. And in our case, this is 0.6 meter. Okay. So now from equation 1, the value of Rayleigh number will be 9.81 into 1 over 325 into 44 into LC cube, that is 0.6 cube over 18.15 into 10 to power minus 6 whole square into Prandtl number is 0.6976. Let me check this formula. Yes. So from this, the value of Rayleigh number comes out. Rayleigh number is nothing but product of GRL into PR. So this value comes out 6.075 into 10 to power 8, and this value is 10 less than 10 to power 9. So flow is laminar. Okay. Now based upon this value of product of GR into PR, we need to find out the appropriate correlation for Nusselt number to calculate the average heat transfer coefficient and hence heat transfer rate in this case 1. Okay, so from heat transfer data book, okay, now let page number is 135. I hope all of you have got page number 35 and 35 for free convection. Okay, and how to find out the appropriate correlation for Nusselt number. So it is free convection, okay. Then face the surface is placed vertical, so we need to refer the formula for vertical. So I have this 1.1 vertical surface. Then from here scroll down, (1.2) for low values of GRPR less than 10 to power 5, whereas in our case the value of GRPR is 10 to power 8. So equation 1.2 will not be applicable. This will not be applicable actually. Then for higher values of GRPR and boundary condition is constant heat flux or constant wall temperature. So higher values means value GRPR greater than 10 to power 4. I can select this expression 10 to power 4 NU bar is equal to 0.59, GRPR power 0.25, and value of GRPR is ranging from 10 to power 4 to 10 to power 9. The value of GRPR in our case is lying between this range. So this is page number 136. Please mind well here. And equation 1.2 and this value of GRPR. Got it? I hope all of you have got this formula. Page number 136, higher values of GRPR for both type of boundary conditions. This value, this expression for Nusselt number, I can select. So from heat transfer data book, page number 136 and equation 1.2 for higher value of GRPR. So what is that expression? Average Nusselt number is equal to 0.59 GRL into PR 0.25, and the value of Grashof number is product of Grashof and Prandtl number is lying between 10 to power 9. So Nusselt number can also be written as h bar. So I am taking this Nusselt number for case 1. So this will be h bar 1. LC is 0.6 meter. KF is equal to 0.59 GRL into PR into 0.25. After putting the values of all the parameters, LC is 0.6 meter. The value of thermal conductivity is 0.0284, 0.59. The value of GRPR is 6.075 into 10 to power 8 power 0.25. This is the value of heat transfer coefficient in case 1. So from here the value of average heat transfer coefficient in case 1 comes out 4.384 watt per meter square Kelvin. So hence from Newton's law of cooling, heat transfer rate H1 into H1 bar into AS into Ts minus T infinity. So Q1 is 4.384. Surface area of one side is 0.6 by 0.6 because only one surface is losing heat, another is insulated, and temperature difference is 74 minus 30. So the heat transfer rate in case 1 comes out 69.44 watt. This will be answer number 1. I hope all of you are following me. Okay, let us move on to the case 2. That is horizontal, same plate is kept horizontal, hot surface facing up. That is, if this is the square plate, hot surface is on upside, so it will lose heat at the rate Q2 to the room air. Okay, so we are supposed to calculate this Q2. Now once again same process will be applied. So we must know the value of characteristics length for horizontal surface. So for horizontal surface, characteristics length is AS by P, where AS is surface area and P is perimeter. So if the plate is kept, this is our plate, (0.6 by 0.6), and only upper surface is losing heat. So we will consider only upper surface. So LC is surface area will be 0.6 by 0.6 and perimeter will be twice into 0.6. Sorry, twice into 0.6 plus 0.6, isn't it? So characteristics length will be 0.15 meter. So what is worth remember here in this problem, this value for horizontal surface. Please remember this. So characteristic length LC is equal to 0.15 meter. So once again from equation 1, what is that equation 1? This one. I have to calculate value of product of GR and PR in the form of Rayleigh number. So RAL is 9.81 into 1 over 325 into 44 into 0.15 LC cube over 18.15 into 10 to power minus 6 whole square into 0.6976. Excuse me. So the value RAL comes out 9.492 into 10 to power 6. Less than 10 to power 9. Flow is laminar. Now see, this value of characteristics length LC is equal to AS by P and value of Rayleigh number 9.492 into 10 to power 6 will be applicable for horizontal plate in both the case, whether heated surface is facing up or down. Okay. Now, once again, we are supposed to calculate H bar 2 and NU bar 2. So for that I need to refer data book once again. So on page number 135, the correlations are given for vertical surfaces. In case 2, we have to refer it for horizontal surfaces. So as you can see here, 2.1.1 is for horizontal surface. Let me check. Upper surface heated or lower surface cooled and constant wall temperature boundary condition. So this is going to help me, and depending upon the value of GRPR, which is 9.492 into 10 to power 6, this expression is applicable in our case. Okay, horizontal plate, upper surface heated, and value of GRPR is lying between this range. Okay, so this is page number what? It is still page number 136 and 2.1.1. Because if I move to other formulae, like 2.1.2, upper surface cooled or lower surface heated. So this will be applicable for case number 3 for constant wall temperature boundary condition. 2.2.1 is for horizontal plate, heated surface up, but boundary condition is constant heat flux. So it is not applicable in our case. So this way you can select and see. Here one very important hint is given to you. Grashof number to be calculated with characteristics length L is equal to area by perimeter. So for horizontal surface, how to calculate characteristics length? By area by perimeter. So data book it is mentioned there itself. So I am selecting this formula. Okay. So once again, from heat transfer data book, page number 136 and equation 2.1.1. What is that? Average Nusselt number in second case expression 0.15 GRL into PR power 0.33, and this value is for 8 into 10 to power 6 is less than GRL PR and 10 to power 11. So let me put all the values. H bar 2 into LC is 0.6, KF is 0.0284, 0.15, value of GRPR is 9.492 into 10 to power 6 power 0.33. So from here the value of average heat transfer coefficient in case 2 comes out 6.013 watt per meter square Kelvin. Therefore, the heat transfer rate from Newton's law of cooling, I can calculate Q2 as 6.013 into 0.6 by 0.6 is the surface area, and temperature difference is 74 minus 30. So heat transfer rate in second case comes out 95.25 watt. This is the answer number 2. Got it? Now last one is case 3. Horizontal hot surface facing down. So this is the horizontal plate. Upper surface is insulated, bottom surface is heated, so it will lose heat to the environment. So we are supposed to calculate this rate of heat transfer. So once again, it is still a horizontal plate. So characteristics length will be AS by P will be 0.15 meter as we have calculated in the case 1, and value of RAL will be 9.492 into 10 to power 6. That is not going to change. Okay, because it is still, its orientation still remains horizontal. Characteristics length will be 0.15 meter and RAL will be 9.492 into 10 to power 6 as in the case number 2. Now from heat transfer data book, once again find out the expression for Nusselt number. So once again refer the data book. Now see, it is horizontal plate. Horizontal surface cooled or lower surface heated. Upper surface cooled or lower surface heated, and constant wall temperature boundary condition. So this formula will be applicable, and the page number is 137. 0.27 GRPR power 0.25, and our Reynolds number is value of GRPR is also lying between this value. Okay. So page number 137 and equation 2.1.2. So what is the expression for Nusselt number? Nu bar is equal to 0.27 GRLPR power 0.25. So let us once again put all the values. Nusselt number can be expressed as H bar 3 into 0.6 over 0.0284 is equal to 0.27 9.492 into 10 to power 6 power 0.25. So from here the value of average heat transfer coefficient in case number 3 comes out 2.83 watt per meter square Kelvin. So once again from Newton's law of cooling, heat transfer rate in third case will be 2.83 into surface area into temperature difference. So from here the heat transfer rate comes out 44.94 watt. This will be the answer. So we could calculate Q1 69.44, Q2 6.013 and Q3 44.94. So let us give some remark or conclusion. Q1 is 69.44 watt, Q2 is Q2 is 95.25 watt and Q3 is 44.94 watt. So same plate, if it is capped under different orientation, so heat transfer rate I am getting more in second case than first and then third. Means when the plate is kept horizontal facing its heated surface up, under that condition the heat transfer rate will be higher. So plate will be cooled very fastly in the second case. So that is the conclusion or remark I can give. So this way you can solve this numerical.